Welcome to Heavenly Treasures Ministries, where the hidden treasures of the Heavenly Kingdom are found. My name is Ruth Dickson, and today we're going to talk about waiting on the Lord. When life doesn't go as planned, it's sometimes very easy to lose hope. You may have been expecting change in a certain area of your life and have waited to the point where you're about to give up. You may have been waiting for answer to prayer about a loved one, your husband, your parents, your children, members of your family. It may be a long-standing problem and you've been waiting on the Lord to deliver you. Sometimes when this doesn't happen, it causes you to lose hope. You may have been waiting for the birth of a child, waiting to get married, you've been waiting for promotion, you've been waiting to buy your first house. We know in times past the Bible has said we should be ready, we should expect His coming. But you may have given up on this and have looked over the years and said to yourself, when is the Lord coming? I don't believe this story anymore. Whatever the case may be, we are not to lose hope, but we are to pray and ask God to give us patience. God's ways are not our ways. Waiting on God often requires patience because He often works on a time scale that is completely different from ours. What happens when we don't wait on God? When there is a delay and you have been praying and trusting God, it often causes us to lose hope. After all, Proverbs 13:12 says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. When things move slowly, people tend to lose hope. People react in different ways when their expectation is delayed. This often occurs when we take our gaze away from the cross and begin to look at something else or even someone else as being the solution to our problems and prayers. Isn't it sad when we place unrealistic expectations on others and we end up blaming everyone else but ourselves? A biblical illustration of this can be found with Abraham and Sarah. In Genesis 12, God had promised that He would make him a great nation. God confirmed this again in Genesis 15 when He made a covenant with him. Sarah, his wife, at some point was tempted to speed up the promise of God by taking the situation into her own hands. Even though God had promised them a seed, the delay made her feel she should help God out. Sarah was only human. Sometimes we get so tired of waiting that we lose focus and the mind and heart may begin to find alternative solutions to the problem. What happens when we don't wait on God? When we are tempted to speed up God's timetable for our lives, we can end up with sorrow rather than the expectation of joy. Proverbs 10:22 says that the blessings of the Lord make us joyful and does not add sorrow to our lives. God wants to take glory from our lives, and it dishonors Him when we take things into our own hands. When we take things into our own hands, you will never be satisfied. You will always have that feeling of doubt, especially when things start to go wrong. You'll ask yourself, why didn't I wait? If only I had waited. Why is it important to wait on God? It's so important to wait on God because God wants to take glory from our lives, like I said earlier. You may say to yourself, how does it honor God by delaying the fruit of the womb? How does it honor God when I'm single and all my friends are married? How does it honor God? By stopping the manifestation of what He has promised. How did it honor God in the case of Sarah and Abraham?